Hey everyone, this is OotiniCast, episode 473. And being recorded on, 13th of September 2023. This is the raw version of the show that goes out with all flubs and flaws and etc. All as it comes, but we will clean up the audio and put out a podcast with it tomorrow. The raw version of the show not only is on Twitch, but we will put the raw version up on YouTube afterwards. Let me go ahead and let people know that we're alive. All right. Closing in on 500, kind of. I mean, it's still a ways away, though. It's almost a year out.
All right. And where is it? Pop chat out.
Come on. There we go. All right. It is posted, and it is past 4, so we should get going.
Okay, I am reposting.
Okay.
All right. We get chat ready. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, then let me have a little water, and we'll go in 5. I'll clear my throat. Drank a lot just now because I kind of realized I was a little dehydrated, which is rare for me, but it does happen.
A bit parched, were we?
A bit parched, indeed. All right, going in 5. Hi, and welcome to the OotiniCast. No one will be following us. This is episode 473, being recorded on Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. I'm your host, Chill, and with me is my co-host, KittyKissz. Hey, Kitty.
Hey, Chill.
Hey. And no guest today. What's been up since the last show?
Well, I started a smuggler.
Okay.
I started a smuggler storyline with a sniper/operative tune.
Oh, nice.
On Satil Sean.
Okay.
And she's level 63 already.
Wow, you've been leveling like crazy then.
I'm not even trying. and I have not bought up all of the boosts, the XP boosts. So it's cruising. I also think I've been really into it. So, I'm kind of like, ooh.
Putting a lot of hours in on her, yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't done the smuggler story in a while. I think it's my least played storyline.
Okay.
And
is it your least favorite or just least played?
I hate saying least favorite because it changes all the time.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I guess I kind of have to be in a particular mood to start a smuggler. And I am in that mood and I'm loving it. And nice. I keep forgetting what's going on in the storyline. Or what happens in the storyline, so it's really fun. I'm going now. Wait a minute, where am I going now? What's happening? and to keep viewers engaged on what's going on in the storyline, I recap every once in a while. With the mission, the quest mission, it kind of tells you what's going on. But I don't know. I'm going what happens next? I don't remember.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. I'm like, ooh, I want to see what happens next. And she's kind of, she's very gregarious when it comes to her love life. So
that's cool.
It's kind of fun to play.
And there's a couple of nice crossovers with that story and some of the other ones too. Risha knows Vet, for instance.
That just happened, and I went, oh, that's Vet. That's Vet.
That's awesome. Which means Vet knows her and also Nocdrayan, presumably. And of course, and also if you do the agent story, then Nocdrayan you find out is part of the Star Cabal. So he is every bit as powerful as as they make him out to be. So
he's still a jerk.
Yes, he's like beyond evil. He's straight up callous about everyone around him, pretty much.
He's except a tool.
Except for Risha, who he considers part of his part of his own legacy. So it's a very narcissistic thing going on there.
And he's got that weaselly voice. The actor did a great job.
Yeah,
just making him sound like a jerk. So.
Right.
Every once in a while, I've been queuing up for PvP now and again just to kind of see what happens. And I've actually gotten quite a few pops.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
High B or low B or both?
I'm in high B.
Right.
Low B was almost non-existent.
That was what I found. I tried getting doing some on Freddy between 41 or 42, and then until I popped 45, I only got one Warzone that whole time out of all those 4 levels or whatever.
It's crazy.
So,
I would love to see them implement cross-server Warzones. Maybe put a toggle on there so that you could, opt out if you don't want. But it would just be great, because then you'd be popping all the time. You'd get more people, different people to, play against. I think it would be awesome, but whatever. I did find it popped a lot better, and depending on what time of day too, I noticed that later on in the day, because I start pretty early. I start at 10 a.m. But the East Coast being 3 hours, and then England being 8 hours ahead, you get quite a few people. And I've noticed that on Sundays on Satil Sean, I just get pwned. I don't know why. Everybody that's super good at PvP in the high Bs comes to kick my butt every Sunday.
Well, maybe the grouping or something.
Yeah, I just I pop in there, and it happens. Maids and stuff like that. I'll always look and see. Oh, they're in the same guild. Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay, they're all talking.
Right.
But it's been fun.
Nice.
We haven't gone back to Starforge in a little bit, but we could probably do that tomorrow.
Okay.
If you want, because I don't know how close you are to finishing the Galactic season or the PvP season.
PvP season.
How far are you away from?
I know I'm closing in ish. I think I was like level 18 out of the 25 last I checked.
Oh, you're close.
So we're getting close. Maybe another full week, but probably more than that. Maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
All right, because we got to get that done for you.
That'll be good. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I just got so into playing that smuggler. I'm just I'm like,
you're really rocking it. Yeah, well,
I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you to not finish the PvP season. So
right,
but yeah, and like I said, we've been doing a little PvP, and not as much as we were, but we'll get to it. We'll get you done. I have another Ahsoka. I'm not going to no spoilers or anything.
Right.
I just have 2 words. So good.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I made sure to catch up on it last night too. So, well, I didn't really have to catch up. I got the last episode is all, but
so good.
Yeah, some really good stuff. So hopefully everyone's enjoying that.
Yeah, for sure. And the last thing, it was Kitty and my 2nd year anniversary.
Aww.
So it's our 2nd anniversary walk. What we do is I
remember last time.
We just walk around Portland, and there's a couple landmarks that we hit, and we take pictures, and then we make videos for our future selves.
Aww.
So that's
smart.
It was so fun.
That's really smart.
It was so I just had a blast, and so did she. We had a lot of fun that day, and then we came home and gamed, and we were both going, our life is so awesome.
That is awesome.
So awesome.
My wife has been doing a lot of walking recently. She's actually planning ahead, because next spring she's going with her mom to Spain, and there's like this
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like a pilgrimage in northern Spain, and they're gonna do. I mean, her mom's really old and stuff like that, and so they're not doing the full version. There's a truncated version you can do as well. It's still like miles and miles and miles and miles. It's still like over days, and like you stop each night at different hotels and hostels and B&Bs and whatever.
Cathedrals and stuff.
I believe so, because it does have religious. It's mostly still religious as far as I know. I think her mom is Catholic, although
there you go. I think
my wife and I are not religious. So, but she just wants to spend time with her mom, because her mom's getting up there and in good shape for her age, and
That's awesome.
Happy and healthy and hearty for now. But these things do change at her age, so definitely she's looking forward to doing that with her. So yeah,
I think I don't know which. I think it was OPB They had a great documentary on. I'll try and find it and send it. It looked really, really, really cool.
I think my wife has checked that out. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I have. I missed it, but I think she did. She checked it out.
It makes you
doing some research on it. Yeah.
It'll make you want to go.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not religious either, but that old architecture it's
very cool.
Is amazing.
I wouldn't mind going, but we actually have a different trip planned too later on. So so it gets to be a bit much.
You guys are jet setters.
We're trying. We're trying.
I guess we have hit that age, right?
Darth 30 Sock says there was Martin Sheen was in a movie about it. Yeah, I don't remember for sure Martin Sheen, but there was a movie made about it. She mentioned that as well. My wife did to me. So I don't know if she's checked out the movie, but she mentioned that there was one. So that's probably it, and it probably is Martin Sheen. I just can't confirm it because I haven't actually seen it or anything. But yeah,
I don't remember. Anyway,
so she's like practicing. She's bought some like walking sticks, and she's practicing with those because a lot of the paths they're not like on roads for the most part. I understand there's a lot of paths and trailways and such.
Different altitudes too.
Yeah, it's most of it's in or near the Pyrenees, so lots and lots of high altitudes and mountains and stuff. So
I gotta find out what that documentary.
Again,
was.
She's doing like the somewhat easier part. Like I think the heart that if you continue, then it's like it really goes in the mountains at that point, and that's a lot harder. But they're gonna just do the somewhat truncated version. It's gonna be very cool though. Yeah. So.
That's going to be so awesome. But that's it on my end, Chill.
Oh, okie doke.
Passing the baton to you now.
Thank you. And let's see, 01 Ellis. Let's see who's watching. Oh, 01 Ellis here. Lisa Dre is here. Alien Gatherings here. Chili69 is here. Darth 30 Sucks is here. Drop Snat. E-Flux. Immortalized Loved. Intisar Nor. Kitty Treats is here. Lurks. Archarp75. And Squishy Twitchy is here. Lurks is a funny name. So thank you for coming. And let's see. Mostly it was when I wasn't doing PvP with you, Kitty. And Chilling Jug is very close to 80 now. Like we're at 78, 79 or something like that.
Yeah,
we're really close.
We're close.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I think we're gonna probably at least try to do some endgame ones as well. At least once we have a chance. I think I have some reasonable gear for him, so it won't take me too long to be sort of okay, but at least it'll be sort of endgame gear. But yeah, so that'll be fun. We'll have to try that too a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And if we end up with our tail between our legs, that's fun too.
Which we might, yeah. Crash and burn on stream. That it does happen.
Yeah. In the name of entertainment.
Right. All right. And other than that, I've been leveling Freddie Mercury on Satil Shan. Again, he's a shadow tank, but on the night story, which feels very appropriate for Freddie Mercury. It's very bombastic, very up against the big bad of the universe. It feels very Freddie Mercury, because of the whole Highlander and the whole Flash Gordon. He has that sort of like bombastic, heroic bent to his onstage personalities, and also what songs they chose to sing and stuff like that. Prince is the Universe and We Are the Champions, and it's fun sometimes to like, if someone's getting decapitated, you make a joke about the song "Don't Lose Your Head," and if I'm using project and I crit, it's "We Will Rock You." It's a lot of fun. So I'm really enjoying the spec too. I haven't done Shadow Tank in ages, so it's changed quite a bit. Like it was my main for a while, so I've really avoided it for years now, and hardly touched it at all since I changed from tank to damage in Shadow of Revan, and really haven't done much with it since then. And so there's some interesting procs though. It's fun. One thing I like is that you actually have a reason to use taunts in PvE. Like if I'm doing solo stuff, I'm never taunting on the other tanks, but there's a choice that you get to make. And then when you have them mind controlled, which just means taunted, both single and multi-target versions are called mind control, mass mind control. Then you can have them proc different ways. One lowers your combat potency. I tried that for a while, but the one I like better is the one that reduces your you get hit health back, basically. Some energy too, I think.
Right.
But the health back is actually kind of fun. I was hoping that when I did AoE that it would like do the damage for everyone it hit, but it doesn't. It only does it once per, swirl of your damage. So the AoE is not as strong as it might have been, but whatever. I can see why they decided not to do it another way.
Yeah.
Although it would have been capped at 8 because all your abilities pretty much are capped at hitting 8 people anyway. So whatever, it's all good though. What the little channel does 4 ticks though, and each one of those ticks does do the 2% health. So it's like 8% health back. If you get your full channel off, it's really nice.
Right.
So now as just as a matter of course, I'm just getting used to just regular taunt because it's a 15-second cooldown. You can do it every fight. And then as soon as I taunt, boom, because that doesn't cause a global. You just taunt and then cascading debris, pop, 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 pop. It's really nice.
That's cool.
And there's some other fun stuff too. And because a lot of times if I'm leveling, I'll do it in skank tank gear. I'll do it in damage gear, except for the shield, basically. But because I actually want the procs and I want to see how this all works together, and because the procs are actually really important, I'm actually kind of enjoying doing it in full tank gear. So I'm actually quite beefy. Like it's really hard for people to take me down. And yeah, it's good stuff.
Did you do any PvP on them?
I tried. Like I said, when I got to 42, or I think 41, 42, I went and I just kept queuing, but it just wasn't happening. I got one war zone in, and then no arenas, and then that was it. And I dinged 45, and it's like, okay, guess we're done. Yeah, and I'll try again when he's probably, because he's a tank. Usually I wait till 60 because you get an ability at 60, and you feel a little more complete at that level. If with a tank, I might do it at 60, but I might wait a little bit longer too. It's all good though. Yeah. Nice. And let's see, that'll bring us to the tip of the week. And let's see, and from Saraludu, I think I have that pronunciation right. Saraludu says, hello, I have a couple tips for tip of the week. The first one has actually been changed. So there was a the mission items just got changed in the patch that happened today. And so they were for a while bind on pickup. Now they're supposed to be bound to legacy, which means you can now move them around if you collect them on the wrong character or whatever. You can also eventually you can get unlocks taken care of in collections, but I think you have to have all the different items on one character in order to get that done. So when you do that, like make sure you're doing all 3 missions on the same character first, and then you can kind of get the unlock apparently later on. I'm not to level 40 yet. I'm not spending cartel coins to jump ahead or anything, so I haven't seen that yet. But that's apparently how it's supposed to work, and there it goes. He does have another tip though as well. It's for the Rat Ghoul event. There's an achievement for giving Dr. Loken First Love, the Barnacle of the Eyeless during the event. This can only be done while working on the Kindly Old Monster Companion alert, so therefore only on a non-agent character. So you save the Barnacle and then hit that narrow window for the achievement, and in other words, do it during the event, giving the Barnacle the Eyeless during the event. And so that's cool. So a little achievement hunting tip there.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
Yeah. So, and he says, thank you for the great cast, and thank you, Sarah Ludo. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And yeah, and you'll be getting the cartel coins and also the pet of your choice out of the 3 codes, courtesy of BioWare. And thank you very much. I have a quick tip as well before we move on, though.
I've got one too.
And it's happened. Just not in 371A, which just came up, but like 3.71. I can't remember exactly when it happened. It was recent though. The exploration missions tick box on the map has been moved. It's no longer it's no longer separate. It's now on the tick box list. So if you now find it on like the vendors and crew skill trainers and all that sort of stuff, those tick boxes that you need to turn on for your map if you want to see them. Well, now exploration missions is on that same list.
Yeah.
And as an additional tip, it seems to be, and they might change this, but it seems to be that, like it kind of always has been, it starts off. Not only that, but when they moved it, they remade it off. So if you had it ticked on the regular place, and now that it's moved to the choice bar, it's off. It's now off again by default. So if you're wondering where some of those missions are going, check your exploration missions tick box, because it seems to have defaulted when they made that changeover. So I'm gonna have to change that on all my characters, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my little tip of the week. And you said you had something too, Kitty?
Yeah, I do. Oh, hold on. There we go. Mine is if you're having trouble clicking the quick travel icon on your map, and they're stuck behind another icon,
right?
Just hit the quick travel button at the bottom of your map page, and it will turn some of the other icons off, making it easier to click with your mouse.
Yeah.
Also, and if you're having trouble still, use your magnifying glass option, and that's located on the top right section of your map.
Right. Or you can use the tick box and unclick the ones that are giving you troubles. Sometimes that'll help too. Yeah. I actually did that once or twice.
I did too today.
I like the fact that they made the little symbols bigger by default, though. So they usually are clickable now. I haven't really had any times that it hasn't happened, except there's one where there's like on the map, the quick travel was kind of near a little place where you need to go in for a mission. So there's like one of those little 3/4 boxes that lets you know there's a little entrance and then an arrow. And that is sort of like, because it's important, it's sort of always by default very much on top, and you can't get rid of it. And it's also meant to be sort of like hoverable and clickable, so you can find out what it's referring to. Yeah. And because of that, it got a little tricky with one of the quick travels, and I was having troubles getting my quick travel to work because of that. I think I ended up actually just taxiing or quick traveling the next one over and just taking a taxi.
Oh, that's funny. Screw it.
It was exactly. It was like, okay, I'm not going to try to find the right pixel. I'm just going to do it. All right. So if you have a tip of the week, send it to OotiniCast@gmail.com before the next show for a chance to win a Tonfon M83R droid pet code or M2B9 droid code, plus a 450cc code, courtesy of BioWare. And thank you to them. That will move us on to the Mind Trap. And so we did this a week ago, right when 731 was coming out on the 6th of September. With 731 coming tomorrow, 6th of September, what are you looking forward to most? And it was Galactic Season 5, Ahsoka Cartel items, 3 billion GTN, which we haven't talked about really yet much, and the quick travel map update and lowered cost for lower level characters. I kind of did a little and I did a little clarification so people would know what that was referring to. And for me, it was Galactic Season 5, although I did appreciate the quick travel map update, and I was looking forward to trying it as well as the less cost for lower characters, especially since I do a lot of leveling, and so, and you really did lower the cost by quite a bit, by quite a bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was Galactic Season 5 for me. What was it for you, Kitty?
Well, I was like Ahsoka Cartel items or Galactic Season. I actually went Galactic Seasons this time instead of the Cartel items. Nice. Yeah, just because I think I'm going to wait to get the Cartel items for a little bit. Okay. So I have, something to look forward to. However goofy that is, I did have to buy the speeder, though. I got that new speeder. It's nice. It's my favorite speeder now. Really? Kind of looks like the ones that the Tuskens had on Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. Right, I was going to say.
Gangs.
Yeah.
Really, they look
cool.
really good.
Nice. I'll have to check that out more carefully, because I think I've seen a picture, and that's it. I haven't previewed it in game or anything like that.
It's really cool.
I will check those out. Yeah. Thank you.
And it compacts itself, like it has
it does.
A flare. Yeah.
I love a good flare.
Like a banta.
And then you rocking forward and on it. All right. Well, there's 143 votes, and Galactic Season 5 won it with 55.9% of the vote. Not too surprising, I suppose. But the Ahsoka Cartel items were in second place, and with actually the quick map update and less cost being third at 12.6, and just behind that was the 3 billion GTN change. Mastodon had a small sample, just like less than 10 people, but it did lean a little bit more towards the quick travel costs. So I guess we have some folks on Mastodon who are really, probably leveling. Maybe they're newer to the game or something, which is great. And let's see. I thought there was one thing. Yeah, Leva was saying all of the above.
Yeah.
Which you can always say, but that's not really, that doesn't really.
The loath cat.
That's why I said most, yeah. And then Kitty Treats was the other one I wanted to say, is the loath cat. And I did preview the cat. I haven't actually bought it or anything, but I did preview it. It's cute, and it's very Ahsoka-ish.
Yeah.
So that was good too. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. All right, so let's get on to the holo feed. Let's see. So SWTOR in-game events for September was a little surprising for me. It did happen. They brought out the info just after the last show. This happens every once in a while when we have an episode right before the end of the month. Usually there's more than one event in September, but in this case there was only one, and it was a prior incursion which ended on the 12th. So there's not really a lot to report. So there was the pirate incursion, but now there's nothing more for through the end of September, which is kind of unusual. So I'm going to guess that the very first week of October is probably going to be the next event. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. They did a whole thing on Ahsoka inspired outfit and sabers coming in game update 731. So yeah, so there's
looks good.
Yep, so there's some nice slightly curvy handled lightsabers. There's and then there's some the expatriate armor set, and the Shoto lightsaber is the name of it. So yeah, and I really like the lightsaber handles. Like they really look. They look a lot, they're very inspired by Ahsoka, but also I just like how they look. Like they look more realistic. They're a little more like shaped to how a handle is. Like it's a little more, slightly more oval. Has a little hook on the back end that you might use to help hook it onto clothing or something. Yeah, good stuff. I like those little touches. And then there was a Galactic Season 5, Confidence and Power. So this is now out, and I think I don't know exactly how far I am. I didn't max out last week or anything on even the main server. But I am doing the thing again where I just get on every single server, and we do it on every server because I'm going to get all those rewards if I can, and I should be able to. I did a little bit of extra stuff on the first week on every server. It didn't really take that long. And so it's no big deal. It's
cool.
Yeah, I'm already level 8 or 9 on every server, so it's all good.
Damn.
But anyway, yeah. Let's see. So in previous seasons, players embarked on their storyline missions with a new companion. Season 5 introduces a new way to engage with the story told in Galactic Seasons, with story progression now part of the Galactic Season rewards. Players will unlock new story missions as they progress through the reward track, with the final mission granted at season level 40. It's actually 1, 15, and 40 specifically. In this season's story, Confidence and Power, players will meet an astromech named 3V1L, which looks like evil, like leet speak for evil, a peculiar droid who serves a mysterious master. He will test the player through a series of trials to see if they're worthy of the master's teachings of the dark side. And notice that's in quotes. So I'm wondering what's sort of the weird twist that there's clearly some sort of weird twist going on here.
Yeah, it seems there's some humor to it, which I think is great. Yeah, especially that first mission. Right. No spoilers, but it's really funny.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff for sure, and it does seem like it's a little more lighthearted. I would say maybe not all the way to the Zeo chapter, not quite that extreme, but it seems like it's on that track, like the whole Zeo, HK chapter thing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I can see that.
Use of special transmission items gained from the seasonal reward track. So there you go. We already talked a little bit about that, so we don't have to hit that again. Updating objectives. We're adding new objectives that will involve companions being set to specific roles. So they did damage the first week, and it's tank this week. Space missions, operations. There are more objectives available for players who are subscribers or have preferred accounts. And that's also one of the reasons they can actually do the operations ones, is because they're adding usually just one extra one for subscribers. And because of that, though, they can do ones that involve operations, which are not really accessible otherwise. And I did notice, and I can talk about it now, actually. Basically, the one from this week is a little weird because you have to do 4 operations, which is a lot. And you you get 12, which is like the highest amount you can get for a weekly. But another one that's sort of similar is flashpoints. It's another one that's worth 12, so it's the maximum one. But you only have to do 2 flashpoints, and it doesn't even matter which ones they are. With this one, with the operation ones, there's 4 of them, and you have to do specific ones. So it's they've said in the forums, they're looking at they're looking at the feedback on that one. So it's true that if however, like endgame, like if there's like an endgame group out there and they have all the gear and they're doing the story mode, which is all you need to do for the for the objective. They can plow through that like in amazing time. Like even if they're not even full grouped, like they can still just whip through 4 of them. But for most people, that's four operations is a big ask. So
that's a big ask.
I think they're. If I had to guess, I would say it looks like they're looking at changing that and making it a little more available to people.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, eFlux says 4-star operations easier to do than 2 heroic space missions, because that is one of the ones this week as well. And the heroic space missions are heroic; they are difficult. Yeah.
I've never got through one yet.
Yeah, are you gonna try just to see?
I think I am. Yeah, because I've got some ships that are totally tricked out.
Great. Yeah,
it's just a matter of running them a couple times and getting the timing.
Getting all the timing and the weirdness. Yeah, it's very wild that way.
Marcus.
All right, and then they have a whole thing about what the seasonal rewards are, but so there's some armor, there's some weapons, and then there's lots of the crates again, including the ultimate crates and all that good stuff. I do like the armor. It did sort of have that sort of had an Ahsoka like feel to me as well, sort of like on the Imperial side, the Imperial Lieutenant armor. Empire's Chosen armor and Empire Director armor, and then the hoods are sort of interesting. So I thought that was kind of cool, where it kind of you don't see the eyes, but you do see the mouth. It's sort of an unusual combination that you don't see a lot in the game.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of what Kanan wore in Rebels.
Mm-hmm. That might have been part of what they were going for as well, for sure. Yeah. And the weapons are rather nice too. I like it. It sort of has like a sort of a metal and a bit of like wood sort of look to it, especially on the basic one. And then they just look a little bit fancier on the other one too. I must say the dual saber is like very chunky. It's like if you want a really wide dual saber hilt, this is the one for you. Definitely take a look. It's not to my taste, but I'm sure some people will like it.
Yeah. Do you know if it stows on your back or on your hip?
Hey, Marcus.
If that's on a hip, you're going to be dragging it around.
Yeah, I haven't actually checked that part out, but that's a good question. When do you think we'll get some communication from the dev team? Live stream, broadsword, anything else? That's not on a blogger forum post. I don't know, Marcus.
I haven't heard.
We haven't heard anything yet. My guess is soonish, if I had to guess, because there's usually like we're already in September, and usually around this time they start to let us know like what's going to be planned for like Life Day and stuff like that. We know that also they need to let us know like what's going to happen post Galactic Season 5, like what the next bit of like actual story is and stuff like that. So I guess soon, but I don't know for sure. I wish I knew more specifically, of course, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since they've done that, so I know. Hopefully soon.
Right. And the double saber stows on the back, Inasar Nor says. Thank you, Inasar. So,
yay!
Yeah.
Don't want to get all scraped up from the sidewalk.
Right. The hardy Armisar mount and the tenacious Armisar mounts are both really cool looking too. Like if you want a dinosaur mount, like you get a dinosaur mount. It's very, I love it. Yeah. I was always a big fan of the old Triceratops, and it's sort of in that family.
Yeah, I could see that.
Of look, of style, of dinosaur type. So I'm looking forward to finding someone who will work on that.
I also like that the tenacious one is actually, it glows. It's got some glowy bits on it, which is
okay.
Really
I can see that on the yeah, even on the still picture. It looks like it's glowing. Is it like sparks?
No, it's just kind of like a bioluminescence.
Okay.
Almost
like from the skin itself.
Yeah, like those spots on the skin. I just picked it up.
That sounds cool.
Because I maxed out on galactic seasoning tokens. So I was like, I gotta buy something.
Let's get something. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the end mount. Nice.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And then the Lothcat kitten pet will be fun too.
Oh yes, I've been waiting for that forever.
And then they have a whole series of lists of like what the upcoming missions, objectives will be for the galactic seasons, stuff like that. We've long since decided it's too much detail to not bother with on the podcast. If you want to see it, it's either on the show notes if you have access to the show notes, or they do have a nice post about it on swotor.com.
A Google.
Yeah, so 731 being live, and let's see, this is sort of like hitting some of the same spots. The Thrawn armor is kind of nice too. That sort of Imperial jacket look, which we've seen in the game, but this is a nice variation on it, and a little more modern, where you have a little bit more to the textures and stuff like that, which is nice.
You know what? That would probably be great for a Zap Brannigan cosplay, because it has almost like a little skirt there on the bottom.
And then you just like wear the underwear underneath.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I was checking out the Ahsoka set, and the texture that they have on the pants is gorgeous.
Okay.
They did a really good job on that texture. It looks really, really good.
I'll have to check that out then. And let's see. There's some balance changes, which is interesting. For example, in lightning or telekinetics, force mobility is now baseline for lightning and telekinetics, which is nice. I think that's the one that gives you immersion, essentially, or it breaks slows and routes when you use your force speed. Is the important part of that one, and I think that it does something else as well. Torturous Tactics Staggering Stratagem replaces Force Mobility as a 51 level utility choice. It lowers the cooldown of Electrocute Force Stun by 10 seconds if you take it, and in addition, targets stunned by your Electrocute or Force Stun, same diff, deal 25% less damage for 10 seconds once it wears off, which is nice. That actually sounds really good for like PvP and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, instead of just getting the stun, you're getting a stun, and you're also reducing their damage. Which, especially like I've noticed, like in arenas, like sometimes after the first round happens, you can see, oh, okay, this is the guy who's doing like huge amounts of damage on that team, and anything you can do to lower that guy's damage is good. Like CC helps, but this would help even more, because after the CC wears off, he's going to be doing a quarter less damage for 10 seconds, which is pretty good long time in PvP.
That's a long time in PvP.
Yeah. Force mobility is also baseline in Madness and Balance. And Torturous Tactics Staggering Stratagem does the same thing. Lowers stun by the 10 seconds, and also does the 25% less damage for 10 seconds once it wears off. Force speed now being granted at level 25. It also moved some stuff around, but not to worry about that. Arsenal Gunnery Signature Shot and Gravitating Bolt has been redesigned. It now reads, targets affected by your heat signature or gravity vortex takes 50% more damage from priming shot vortex bolt and 10% more damage from rail shot high impact bolt. Let's see. Thrill the Hunt Force March is now baseline for Arsenal. The passive is now set to hidden and is granted when the player gets unload. Okay, so that's good. So you get an extra passive, and then you have a different choice, which is nice. Let's see. I could be wrong, but it feels like some of these choices that they're making, where they're taking one of the passives or one of the choices and just making it a passive and giving you a different choice, means they feel like it's not necessarily, overpowered, but it's something that everyone's taking because it really feels like it should be baseline, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like for immersion, I always take it. I always take the thing so that when I force speed, it breaks the roots. Because otherwise, you
have to.
Otherwise, you hit it and you're just rooted. I'm going fast, but I'm rooted, so it's like, who cares?
You get that weird animation, but you don't go anywhere.
Yep, it's really annoying. It's really annoying. So yeah. Let's see. And then Thrill of the Hunt Force March has been replaced by Tag and Bag one man army as a level 64 choice. Sort of the same thing happened with the other specs. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. On Shield Tech, which is the tank one, Shield Tech's Shield Specialist for Power Tech Vanguard, counterattack or defensive armor level 23 mod choice has been redesigned. It now reads, shielding attack grants counterattack / defensive armor, increasing the damage of Firestorm, Ion Storm, and Rail Shot High Impact Bolt by 10%. The effect can occur once every 10 seconds, lasts for 20 seconds, and is removed once you deal damage with Rail Shot or High Impact Bolt. So there you go. And Immortal Defense, Juggernauts, and Guardians. So the tanks for the Juggernaut Guardian reduce the damage bonus given to Crushing Blow Guardian Slash by Crushing Mark from 50% to 40%. So they apparently was doing a little too much damage. The Horde's Masaki Strike Tactical now increases damage reduction by 7% when it triggers, up from 5%. So they're a little tankier. So that's interesting. Let's see. And then UI UX. So the Inspired by tabs have been created for the cartel market to help players easily find special items. So if you need something that's inspired by the Mandalorian, inspired by Ahsoka, whatever.
It's a great idea.
It's actually smart now that they're getting a lot of those. Let's see. Priority transport personal starship can no longer be used in war zones and arenas. Let's see. Fixed an issue where the galaxy map would blink for new players before they had a ship. Let's see.
That I remember that.
Yeah. There's a couple that are just sort of like that. Let's see. The quick travel map has been removed. Quick travel ability will now open the world map, filtered with quick travel points, available missions, current missions, and party member missions. And there was some bugs where it was like telling you that you couldn't quick travel, but then if you opened it up again, it would show it as active again. That apparently has been fixed in the little patch that they did today. Let's see. See if there's anything else that really looks important here. I thought there was at least one other one I saw earlier. Hang on. Let's see. Map tooltips mission. NPC will display their name and what missions they offer. So that's kind of interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. And mission terminals will have a list of what missions are offered, up to 10. So that's interesting too. I haven't actually tested those out though. Mail mouse over will also display how many unread mail you have. It should show that on like the top of your screen as well, unless you've moved it. But it's nice to have it so you can just hover it too. So that's good. And let's see. Was there anything else? Yeah, all Galactic Season 5 mission items have been added to collections, so that's really good.
Nice.
And let's see. Galactic Season 5 mission items are now unlocked for purchase from the Galactic Season reward vendor. So you can still get them from the reward vendor if you really want to. I would suggest using the collections, but, it is available from the vendor still. But it's now based on your Galactic Season level rather than your mission progress. So you don't have to, complete all the story missions in order to buy them from another person.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yep. Players will be unable to activate the mission items when inside of flashpoints in operations. I wonder what that was causing.
All right. Be right back.
Okay. It does say here, even though Kitty's gone, I just want to mention this. Players can now have multiple copies of Braz's Gift Master's Top Secret Army in their inventory and bank, which is interesting. I I really haven't been getting any of the drops of those items. Like, I haven't used any of the Braz's gift, but the way it reads, it seems to increase the chance of those things dropping, the dark seeds or whatever they are. I'm not getting those as a drop, like, ever. Like, I don't think I've seen a single drop. So I'm curious to see if that's slightly bugged or whatever. But yeah, I don't see any other reference to like changing how often they're dropping or anything like that. But if anyone else says anyone else is getting like drops of the season 5 stuff, you have to not have your companion out? That's weird.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, I haven't gotten any of them.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So eFlux is saying you have to have... So that feels like a bug. I mean, that's got to be a bug, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of ironic. It's kind of ironic because in previous seasons, you kind of needed your companion to get the drops. And actually, if you still want them, now you do have to have them out because it's the only way to get them to drop at all. But during the season, it would just increase the chance. In this case, you need the companion to be gone away. That's an interesting... That's wild. Okay, I had no idea.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I haven't...
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah. I haven't, I've been doing PvP with Kitty, but we haven't been doing, like, leveling together or anything that would make the companions go away and then kill something that would drop drops. So I haven't seen that happen, but that's wild.
Thanks, eFlux. That's good to know.
To get some to drop. Yeah. Hopefully it won't matter too much, but it would be nice if they fix that. I guess worst comes to worst, I just take these Braz's gift at some point and do some grinding.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't use it already.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, quick travel. Using the quick travel ability now always opens the world map to display all potential quick travel and bind points. Before the fix today, I've had some issues where some of the ones I've unlocked were just not showing. For example, the third one on Belsavis, like not the last one where near the teleporter, but the one before that, I unlocked it. And then it just wasn't showing. I had the next time I needed to use it for the story, I just ended up having to go to the next closest one and just taxi to it. So
was that today?
But that was before the patch. So I'm hoping that that's part of the fix. I don't know. Quick travel points will no longer show disabled when opening the map unless they truly are disabled. Hopefully that is the case. It was happening a lot. It was an easy fix because usually you would close it and just open it again and then they would show active. But yeah. And let's see, we've already kind of talked about some of this stuff. So let's continue down here. A lot of fun cartel-looking things, like especially decos. There's a lot of really cool decos this time.
Those decos are amazing.
Yeah, a lot of like stone hut type things.
Yeah, did you notice that they affect the, the sky in your strongholds?
No, I haven't. In what way?
One of them is it feels like it was taken from Andor, like there's a comets and stuff that fly by.
Oh, okay.
It's really, really cool looking. I just saw
That's wild.
Before I came in here.
I will have to check that out.
But
that is cool.
Is
that
really,
really cool. Is that
cool.
because of the Celestial Event Observatory?
Yes, that's the one. I think it's that one. Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, I will have to check that out for sure. Then that's really cool.
Jackie just posted some pictures of it recently on X or Twitter, whatever it is.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We already kind of talked about how the mission items are now part of collections. PvP catch-up. So in Galactic Seasons, if you wait till later in the season, maybe you were away from the game for a while, and you're coming in and you want to do some catch up. Well, yes, you can still use cartel coins, but there's also a credit version if if you're far enough behind, then there's like a credit catch up that will help you. But there's gonna be a PvP catch up apparently. So I haven't actually checked this out yet, but apparently there's gonna be a PvP version as well. Let's see. Jackie said, I was out for a couple days, didn't have eyes on the tags, but I did receive info from the team that will explain what's happening in the PvP Seasons track. Let me go over how the season catch-up is intended to work start to finish. When a PvP season goes live, it'll remain active for a total of 12 weeks, 84 days. Players should not expect to see the credit catch-up mechanic turn on until just before week 8 into the season, or day 55. So they're talking about like 2/3 of the way done. Mm-hmm. Once the catch-up is active, it will progress at a pace of 1 level per day, up to the maximum purchasable level, which is level 15. Everything stated above is what's supposed to happen when a season begins. However, with PvP Season 3, players saw the catch-up way earlier than intended. Essentially, that was a bug, and then it was patched with 7.3.1. Secondly, this is something that was being worked on, but we missed with the internal comms, and it didn't get communicated earlier or picked up on patch notes. Hence the player confusion on whether anything was intended or not. Hope the explanation above provides more clarity and sets the expectation on how PvP seasons will work moving forward.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because I did that last season. I bought as much in as I could.
Right.
And then I noticed, oh, wait a minute, it doesn't seem like it's available this season.
Yeah,
but
so we'll have
there we go.
There we go. And let's see. And then there was a general question that said cloud server streamlining. And Jackie answered about this. I can shed a little light on this. So yes, moving over to the cloud definitely helps streamline quite a bit overall. For this patch specifically, there are other technical pieces we're updating that are not player-facing. Taking into consideration the combination of these updates, the fixes that were published in the patch notes, and testing everything before bringing servers back up, we landed on 4 hours as a safe window of time to allocate for the patch. Also, Starforge and Cecile Sean are not yet migrated over to the cloud, but we'll post more details about that soon. So, which makes sense. We guessed that they'd be soon based on the pace that they did the other ones.
Yeah.
And so I would assume that that's coming relatively soon.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to do Cecile Sean first and then Starforge, or both of them at the same time. We haven't heard anything about it, but I'm kind of curious if they're going to go one at a time. Assuming, that Cecile Sean would be first because it's a less populated server than Starforge is, but we'll wait and see.
We'll see. Let's see. There were some unexpected issues that required additional investigation and testing, so the patch today took a little longer even than the 4-hour window they were expecting. Let's see. And then when it comes to the season objectives, completing the 4 ops is intended for the season objectives. We're seeing feedback on this, so we're definitely taking all of it in consideration. Please feel free to add more feedback about the Galactic Season's objectives as needed. There you go. And so we kind of talked about that earlier, so we don't need to go into it anymore. But yeah, they're getting the word that a lot of people think that 4 operations is a lot for a single Galactic Season objective, especially when you can do 2 flashpoints, for example, and random flashpoints as opposed to 4 particular operations. But yeah, so good stuff. Glad that they got their eye on it. It's kind of funny that I'm not sure. It seems like a weird thing anyway.
It is, right?
It seems so much more time consuming to me than 2 flashpoints or whatever.
I've never run 4 operations in one day.
In 1 week,
ever.
yeah, or 1 week.
I don't know why I was thinking one day, but yeah, in a week. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Especially if you've never run them before, which, maybe it's a incentive to do it, but man.
Right. So my guess is they're going to go, down to 1 or 2, my guess. That's my guess. All right. Anything else, Kitty?
Nope. That's all. That's it, baby.
All right, then that's a show. If you'd like to play with us in the Utini Knights Guild on the Republic side of the Cecile Sean server, or in our
Utini Rage
Guild on the Empire side, do a /cjoin Utini to join the Utini channel. Then let us know you're a fan of the show. You can email questions and comments about the show to OotiniCast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter using @OotiniCast or Mastodon @OotiniCast at mastodon.world. You can find contact details for us on our website, OotiniCast.com, which includes how to subscribe using iTunes, Stitcher, and the rest. We record the show live bi-weekly on Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific, streaming at twitch.tv/OotiniCast. Our theme song is Doomsday by Jean-Paul Zogby. And thank you,
Zogby,
the immortal Jean-Paul Zogby. And thank you to the chat room.
Thank you, chat. Thank you for being here.
And we'll see you next show.
Real quick.
Okay.
You know, New Overlords is going. They're
Okay.
that's Max and Zima's podcast.
Okay, New Overlords. Let me get over to them. Go to my stream manager, and then hopefully.
It'd be kind of funny to rate another another podcast.
What was the title again of it?
New Overlords.
Okay. There they are.
Hey, Marcus, we'll see you later.
All right, let's go ahead and raid them. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later.
And yeah, and I'll pop over and say hi in their chat before we do anything else. All right. Did it raid okay? Okay, it did.
Yeah, it did.
So I will finish the other 12-point objectives, but not this one. So that's been a bunch of fun Star Wars stuff. Oh, I got people raiding in the chat room there. Hello. So yeah, that's Star Wars time.
Okay, and I'm stopping the stream, stopping the recording.